Hey friends, welcome back to College Sports Corner. I'm Barry. Man, it's Friday. We finally made it to the weekend. This week we've had some good basketball games. We had a bowl game that was, but a lot of games got canceled too. This damn COVID crap just won't go away. Probably won't go away for a while, but anyway. Hey, we got a lot to get to. So if you like the show, tell your friends, tell your family, hit that little subscribe button there at the bottom. And let's get going with some news here. We got a lot of things to get over. Virginia Tech, they've added two quarterbacks to their team. They got Grant Wells from Marshall and Jason Brown from South Carolina. So they're trying to stack up some quarterbacks there, see if they can improve on this last season they had. Former A&M quarterback Zach Calzada, he's transferring cross conference or conference division to Auburn. He's going to go to Auburn now. What else we got? Former Mizzou quarterback Connor Bazelak. I think that's how you say it. He's transferring from Missouri to Indiana. Don't know how much improvement he's going to be. Let's face it, Missouri and Indiana are probably on the same level. Guess maybe he wasn't happy at Missouri, or like the way I like to think about it. Some booster said, "Come to Indiana, man. I'll get you a deal, NIL deal." That's what I think goes on with all these transfers. I mean, come on. Why else would all these players transfer? Ex-TC running back Zach Evans, he's committing to Ole Miss. LSU defensive back Darryl Stingley Jr., he is going to the NFL draft. Michigan defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, he has declared for the draft. Missouri Valley Conference, they approved Murray State as a new member. They're going to officially vote on it today. This one's kind of, I don't know what to think about this one, but anyway. OU quarterback Caleb Williams, he enters the transfer portal. Though he says Oklahoma still isn't out of the picture totally, but he threw his name out there. Is it NIL? Is it because he not a fan of Brent Venables? Who knows, but... Anyway, that's the one that kind of shocked me about all this, is why you would leave. I mean, Oklahoma's a good team. So I don't know. Maybe he's looking for a better team. Former Central Florida quarterback Dylan Gabriel says he's going to transfer to OU. So, if Caleb Williams decides, now I'm staying at OU, what does Dylan Gabriel do? I don't know. All this crazy transfer stuff is just whatever. Okay, man, let's get to some scores. We got a lot of them. Like I said, a lot of games were canceled, too, because of the stupid COVID crap. But anyway, Sunday, North Carolina 91, Boston College 65. North Carolina had a 29-point lead at halftime. Caleb Love was the leader for the Tar Heels, 22 points. Armando Burrat, he was right behind him with 18 points, 11 rebounds. Boston College Jaden Zachary, he had 13 points on the day. Indiana State 76, Bradley 71, Cooper Neese 19 points for Indiana State, and Terry Roberts 19 points for Bradley. Coastal Carolina 76, Emory Henry, I think that's the name of the school, Emory Henry 62. Coastal Carolina led them by 20 at halftime. Isam Mustafa for Coastal Carolina, 20 points, 13 rebounds, and Micah Banks for Emory Henry, 15 points. Cornell 79, Dartmouth 71. Dean Knoll, 20 points for Cornell. Aaron Ray, 16 points for Dartmouth. Iona 69, Marist 66. This game is tied at 31 at the half. Tyson Jolly, 18 points for Iona. And Jay Ituka, 13 points for Marist. Northern Iowa 83, Evansville 61. A.J. Green from Northern Iowa led the way with 18 points. And Blaise Beauchamp, 14 points for Evansville. Number 10, Michigan State 73, Northwestern 67. Gabe Brown, 20 points for Michigan. And Pete Nance, 13 points for Northwestern. SMU 72, Central Florida 60. Kendrick Davis, 20 points, 8 rebounds for SMU, followed by Michael Weathers, second place, 19 points. And Brandon Mahan, 17 points for Central Florida. St. Louis 76, Richmond 69. Uni Collins for St. Louis, 24 points, 6 rebounds. And Tyler Burton, 24 points, 12 rebounds for Richmond. Valpasario 81, Illinois State 76. Ben Crake, 18 points for Valpasario. Antonio Reeves, 24 points for Illinois State. But Cy Chapman, right behind him, had a good game. He scored 23 points. NJIT 69, Maine 66. Miles Coleman, 23 points, 10 rebounds for NJIT. And Sam, how you say his name here? Ikawoba, 18 points for Maine. Binghamton 68, Massachusetts Lowell 63. Tyler Burton and Jacob Falco each had 20 points from Binghamton. And Khalil Thomas, 21 points for Mass Lowell. Rhode Island 70, American International 55. McKee Mitchell, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 2 block shots for Rhode Island. And for American International, Franklin Batista, 14 points, 14 rebounds. Penn 77, Brown 73. George Smith, 23 points, followed by Jordan Dingle, had 20 points for Penn. And for Brown, Tam Nang Chow, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 2 block shots. Penn State 61, Indiana 58. Jalen Pickett had 15 points for Penn State. And Trace Jackson Davis, 20 points for Indiana. Number 12, Houston 66, Temple 61. Fabian White, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 block shots for the Cougars. And for Temple, Damian Dunn was the leading scorer with 14 points. Garnet Word 90, Dallas Christian 45. Robert R.J. Glesper, 24 points, 7 rebounds for Garnet Word. And Tyler Hobson and Tajuan Bottles, 9 points each. They were the leading scorers for Dallas Christian. That's probably why they only scored 45 in that game. Louisville 67, Georgia Tech 64. Malik Williams, 20 points, 10 rebounds for Louisville. And Michael DeVoe, 23 points for Georgia Tech. California 74, Arizona State 50. Jordan Shepard, 16 points for Cal. DJ Horn, 17 points for Arizona State. Number 13, Ohio State 87, Nebraska 79. Malik Branham, 35 points, 6 rebounds for the Buckeyes. And Cornhuskers' leading scorer was Bryce McGowans with 18 points. Missouri State 61, Drake 56. Donovan Clay, 15 points, 7 rebounds for Missouri. Garnett Sturts, 16 points, 11 rebounds for Drake. Sunday, 19 games, canceled or postponed. Why? Because of the COVID BS. All right, Monday, Alabama State 84, Mississippi Valley State 75. Kenny Strawbridge, 27 points for Alabama State. Not too bad. Then Robert Carpenter for Mississippi Valley State. He had a decent game too, 23 points. Drexel 65, Towson 61. This game was tied at 29 at the halftime. Nate Okros, 15 points for Drexel. Charles Thompson, 18 points for Towson. This one here I watched. Pretty good game. Wisconsin 74, Purdue 69. Johnny Davis for Wisconsin, 37 points, 14 rebounds. Pretty good night for him. Let's see. Zach Edey, not too bad night for him. 24 points, 10 rebounds for Purdue. Sam Houston, 86. UT Rio Grande Valley, 78. Savion Flagg, 27 points, 17 rebounds for Sam Houston. Justin Johnson, 22 points for UT Rio Grande Valley. Number 8, Arizona, 95. Washington, 79. Benedict Mathunin, I think that's how you say it, 27 points for Arizona. Followed by Christian Coloco, 22 points, 10 rebounds. And leading scorer for Washington was Terrell Brown Jr., 28 points, 8 rebounds. Let's see, Houston Baptist, 94. And this one here, Ecclesia, I think that's how you say it, Ecclesia. Anyway, Houston Baptist beat them 94-63. HBU had a 21-point lead at the half. Zay Ante Boothman, I think that's how you say his name, 14 points. 4 others for HBU had double-digit points. Muron, let's see if I can say this right. Gebrus, I don't know. 23 points for Ecclesia. However you say that. UTSA 101, Dallas Christian 48. UTSA had a 43-point lead at the half on this one. Jordan Ivy Curry, 17 points for UTSA. 4 of the players had double-digit points. And Joseph Allen, 8 points for Dallas Christian. Once again, if he was the leading scorer, 8 points, probably why they only scored 48 points. Bethune Cookman, 66. Florida A&M, 59. Kevin Davis, 26 points, 13 rebounds for Bethune Cookman. MJ Randolph, 17 points, 9 rebounds for Florida A&M. Iowa 80, Maryland 75. Keegan Murray, 35 points, 8 rebounds, 3 block shots for Iowa. And for Maryland, Eric Ayala, 19 points, 6 rebounds. But there's 4 other players for Maryland that had double-digit points that night. Alabama A&M 70. Arkansas Pine Bluff 50. Jalen Johnson for Alabama A&M, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Travante Doolittle, 15 points for Arkansas Pine Bluff. Southern 63, Texas Southern 50. Jaden Sadler, 16 points for Southern. And Jordan Carls Nicholas, he led the way for Texas Southern with 16 points, 12 rebounds. Not too bad. Monday, 6 games postponed or canceled. Why? COVID BS. All right, Tuesday, Ohio 69, Akron 63. Mark Sears, 24 points, 8 rebounds for Ohio. Akron's Ali, 22 points. Number 9, Auburn, 81. South Carolina, 66. Wendell Green, 22 points for Auburn. Eric Stevenson, 25 points for South Carolina. Kent State, 66. Ball State, 65. No stats were down at the time of this writing of the notes. Number 1, Baylor, 84. Oklahoma, 74. James Akinjo, 27 points for Baylor. Adam Flogger, 22 points, and he came in second on that one. And Tanner Groves, he was the leader for Oklahoma with 13 points. Army, 96. Bucknell, 89. Jalen Rucker for Army, 21 points, followed by Aaron Duhart. He had 20 points for Army. Bucknell's Andrew Funk, I like that last name, Funk, 28 points. Right behind him, Jake Vander Heischen, 20 points from Bucknell. Toledo 82, Central Michigan 54. Ryan Rollins had 21 points for Toledo. Kevin Miller had 14 for Central Michigan. Another one that I didn't get stats on, Central Arkansas 79, Eastern Kentucky 72. Texas A&M 81, Georgia 79. Henry Coleman, 23 points, 7 rebounds for A&M. And Cario Oquindo, probably butchering his name, 21 points for Georgia. He led the way. 14, Texas 70. Kansas State 57. Marcus Carr for Texas, 19 points, 7 rebounds. And Nigel Pack for Kansas State, 21 points. Lehigh 85, Colgate 81. Keith Higgins Jr., he led the way for Lehigh with 23 points. And Jamil Wilson, he was right behind him with 20 points. For Colgate, Tucker Richardson, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Loyola Maryland, 79. Holy Cross 70. Cam Spencer, 19 points, 7 rebounds. Dejon Humphrey for Holy Cross, 19 points, but 4 other players for Holy Cross had double-digit points in that game. This was a good one. I watched this one. 21 LSU 65, number 16 Kentucky 60. Torrey Eason for LSU, 13 points, 6 rebounds. And Davian Mintz, he led the way for Kentucky with 16 points. Illinois 76, Minnesota 53. Coffee Cockburn, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 4 block shots for Illinois. And Jamison Battle and Eric Curry, 10 points each for Minnesota. Navy 83, Boston University 71. John Carter Jr., 23 points for Navy, followed by Tyler Nelson, who had 20 points. And then for Boston, Suckamal, I guess that's how you say it. Mathan, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Rutgers 75, Michigan 67. Geo Baker, 27 points for Rutgers. Ron Harper was right behind him with 20 points. And Hunter Dickinson was the lead scorer for the Wolverines with 25 points. Liberty 75, Stetson 59. Shiloh Robinson and Darius McGee each had 16 points for Liberty. Leading scorer for Stetson, Rob Perry with 18 points. North Carolina State 68, Vautech 63. Darian Sebron, 21 points, 10 rebounds, not too bad for him. And Cave Aluma for Vautech, 18 points. He was their leading scorer. Wake Forest, 76, Florida State, 54. Jake Raviva, 22 points for Wake Forest. Right behind him, Alondes Williams scored 20 points. Matthew Cleveland, he was the leading scorer for Florida State with 13 points. Eastern Michigan, 85. Western Michigan, 79. Battle for the great state of Michigan. Eastern Michigan had a 17-point lead at the halftime. Noah Farrakhan, 25 points for Eastern Michigan. He led the way. Lamar Norman Jr., 34 points for Western Michigan. Leading scorer, and it's a shame they lost with leading points like that, huh? Another one that had no stats, Lipscomb, 84. North Alabama, 74. 84 to 74, I'm sorry. Vanderbilt, 75. Arkansas, 74. Scottie Pippen Jr. for Vandy, 22 points in that game. Stanley Umdi, 28 points for Arkansas, followed by Odice Tony, 20 points. Sometimes I can't read my writing, so I'm writing real fast. Virginia, 75. Clemson, 65. This is a 1-point game at the half. Jaden Gardner, 23 points for Virginia. Hunter Tyson, 15 points, 9 rebounds for Clemson. Number 20, Colorado State, 67. Air Force, 59. Isaiah Stevens, 15 points for Colorado State. And Ethan Taylor, 19 points, 6 rebounds for Air Force. Number 2, Duke, 69. Georgia Tech, 57. Paolo Banchero for Duke, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 block shots. Michael DeVoe, 21 points, 7 rebounds for Georgia Tech. And evidently one of the Georgia Tech players and Coach K got into it sometime during the game, and after the game they had words. I don't know. I didn't see any highlights. I don't know what happened, but we almost had a coach player Duke out at the Duke game, huh? Marquette, 88. Providence, 56. Marquette led by 20 at the half. Justin Lewis, 23 points, 11 rebounds for Marquette. And Al Durham, 16 points. He led the way for Providence. Memphis, 67. Tulsa, 64. Malcolm Danbridge and Earl Timberlake had 12 points each for Memphis. Sam Griffin, 25 points. Jera Horn, 20 points. They led the way for Tulsa. Number 6, Kansas, 74. Oklahoma State, 63. This game was tied at halftime. David McCormick, 17 points, 15 rebounds for Kansas. Not too bad. And then Isaac Likely, 16 points, 12 rebounds for OK State. Not too bad. Tuesday, 9 games postponed or canceled. Why? I think we all know. COVID BS. All right, Wednesday, Florida International, 68. Bethane Cookman, 65. Denver Jones, 18 points for Florida International. And Marcus Garrett and Collins Joseph each had 16 points for Bethane Cookman. Longwood, 109. Pfeiffer, 69. Longwood had a 24-point lead at the half. Isaiah Wilkins, 21 points for Longwood. Taylon Rowe and Jerome Savoy, 22 points each for Pfeiffer. Morgan State, 100. Goucher, 41. And speaking of 41, Morgan State had a 41-point lead at the half. Dorian Ware, 22 points. Ty Horner, 20 points for Morgan State. And for Goucher, the leading scorer was Cameron Isaacs with 15 points. St. John's, 89. DePaul, 84. Julian Champagne, 34 points, 16 rebounds, 3 block shots. Great game for him. And DePaul's leading scorer, Javon Freeman, 24 points, 7 rebounds. Buffalo, 99. Bowling Green, 88. Jonathan Williams, 21 points. And then David Skogman and Ronaldo Sigu, each of them had 20 points for Buffalo. Samari Curtis, 25 points for Bowling Green. UNC Asheville, 60. Campbell, 54. Tajon Jones, 16 points for UNC Asheville. For Campbell, Ricky Clement, 15 points. Temple 66, UCF 62. Jaleel White for Temple, 17 points. Darius Perry, 14 points for UCF. Gardner Webb 88, Charleston Southern 63. Gardner Webb had a 25-point lead at the half. Demarion Williams, 20 points for Gardner Webb, followed by Lance Terry, who came in second with 19 points. And then Talhik Chavez, 11 points for Charleston Southern. Cleveland State 85, IPFW 58. Trey Gomelion, 21 points for Cleveland State. Jared Goffrey, he was the leading scorer with 18 points for IPFW. VCU 53, Dayton 52. Vince Williams Jr., 13 points, 11 rebounds for VCU. And Tamani Kemra, 16 points for Dayton. East Tennessee State 80, VMI 79. David Sloan led the way for East Tennessee State with 20 points. And Ladorius Brewer came in second with 19 points. Jake Stevens for VMI, 29 points, 15 rebounds, 3 block shots. Had a good night, even though they lost by 1. East Carolina 88, Tulane 80. Tristan Newton, 32 points for East Carolina. Way to go, dude. And Jaden Forbes, 24 points for Tulane. Number 15, Alabama 83, Florida 70. Juwan Gary and Javon Quinterly. They each had 19 points each for Alabama. They led the way. Colin Castleton, 19 points for Florida. Louisville 75, Pittsburgh 72. L. Ellis, 18 points for Louisville. Jamaris Burton, 21 points for Pittsburgh. Mercer 83, Samford 80. Sean Grant, 26 points for Mercer, followed by Philippe Hoos, who had 24 points. Samford's Jermaine Marshall led the way with 28 points and 14 rebounds. And then Quez Glover, he came in second, 23 points for Samford. Number 10, Michigan State 79, Nebraska 67. Max Christie, 21 points for the Spartans. Derek Walker led the way for the Cornhuskers with 16 points. Furman 58, UNCG 54. Mike Bothwell, 20 points for Furman. DeMonte Buckingham, 14 points for UNCG. North Carolina A&T 65, Presbyterian 57. Demetric Horton, 26 points for NCA&T. Winston Hill, 19 points for Presbyterian. Richmond 80, UMass 72. Richmond had a 19-point lead at the half in this one. Jacob Gilliard, 17 points, leading the way for Richmond. Rich Kelly led the way for UMass, 20 points. Not too bad. Youngstown State 64. Robert Morris 60. Michael Cucci, 19 points, 12 rebounds for Youngstown State. Rasheem Dunn, 15 points for Rob Morris. Number 12, Houston, 83. South Florida, 66. Josh Carlton for Houston, 30 points, 11 rebounds. Pretty good for him. South Florida was led by Jamar Chaplin and Jason Green, who each had 16 points. Davidson, 88. St. Joseph, 73. Foster Lawyer, 25 points. Jordan Hall and Demir Bishop, 17 points for St. Joseph's. Watch this one too. This one was a decent game. Number 18, Tennessee, 66. Ole Miss, 60. Santiago Verscavi, 17 points for Tennessee. Ty Fagan, 23 points for Ole Miss. Western Carolina, 94. Citadel, 90. Nick Robinson, 19 points for Western Carolina. Tyler McGeef, 19 points for Citadel. Chattanooga, 75. Wolford, 67. Mackay Smith, 24 points for Chattanooga. Max Klismit, 22 points from Wolford. Florida Gulf Coast, 74. North Florida, 67. Kevin Samuels from Florida Gulf Coast, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 5 block shots. North Florida's Carter Hendrickson led the way, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Miami, 88. Syracuse, 87. Charlie Moore for Miami, 25 points. Joseph Girard for Syracuse, he led the way with 26 points. Jesse Edwards scored 22 points. And Cole Swider, he scored 20 points. Northern Arizona, 101. Embry Riddle, 54. Northern Arizona had a 28-point lead at the half. Nick Maines, 24 points for Northern Arizona, followed by Jalen Cone, 21 points. Connor Verdugo, 17 points for Embry Riddle. Milwaukee 63, Green Bay 49. DeAndre Golston, 16 points for Milwaukee. Kamari McGee, 22 points for Green Bay. Texas Southern 67, Grambling 61. PJ Henry, 16 points for Texas Southern. Amori McGray, 13 points for Grambling. Number 19, Villanova, 75, Creighton 41. Justin Moore, 22 points for Villanova. Alex O'Connell, 13 points for Creighton. Alcorn State, 65, Jackson State 50. Lionel Henry, 22 points for Alcorn State. And Jones James III, 15 points for Jackson State. Arkansas Pine Bluff, 70. Alabama State, 68. Sean Williams for Pine Bluff scored 22 points. Jordan O'Neal and E.J. Clark led the way for Alabama State with just 12 points each. Missouri State 71, Bradley 69. Lucai Patterson, 20 points for Missouri State. Jason Kent, 18 points for Bradley. This is another good one I watched here. Number 11, Iowa State 51. Number 25, Texas Tech 47. Isaiah Brockington, 14 points, 9 rebounds for Iowa State. Davian Warren, 12 points for Texas State. Or Texas Tech, I'm sorry. But it's kind of a slow game. But, I mean, it has moments. But for most part, it's kind of like, okay. Northern Iowa 92, Valpasario 65. Noah Carter, 20 points for Northern Iowa. And Kavion Taylor, 17 points for Valpasario. Penn State 74, Northwestern 70. Seth Lundy, 23 points for Penn State. And Boo Buie, 22 points for Northwestern. Notre Dame 78, North Carolina 73. Nate Lazwiski, 20 points, 8 rebounds for the Irish. Mondo Bacat, 21 points, 17 rebounds for North Carolina. R.J. Davis followed him. He scored 19 points for North Carolina. Alabama A&M 72, Mississippi Valley State 67. Jalen Johnson 25 points, 14 rebounds for Alabama A&M. And Devin Gordon led the way from Mississippi Valley State with 32 points. Not too bad. Long Beach State 90, West Cliff 64. Colin Slater 23 points for Long Beach. For Westfield, Joshua Harrison led the way, 17 points. Wednesday, 21 games postponed or canceled. COVID BS, once again, hasn't changed. Probably won't change for a while. All right, Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday, we had a bowl game, Texas Bowl. Kansas State 42, LSU 20. Kansas State led this one at 21-7 at the half. Wildcat quarterback Skylar Thompson, 21 for 28, 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. Pretty good game for him. Deuce Vaughn, 21 carries, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he caught a touchdown pass. So he had a hell of a game. Malik Knowles, 3 catches, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. LSU side of the ball, Jontre Kirkland, 7 for 11, 130 yards, 3 TDs though. Charles Hitton had an 81-yard TD catch. Jeray Jenkins had a 23-yard TD catch. And Malik Neighbors, 15-yard TD catch for LSU. But they still lost by 22 points. But better days are ahead for you Tigers. Believe me, I know. I'm an LSU fan through the wife because she went to LSU. So good things are coming. All right, so that's it for the scores. Hey, Saturday, besides all the basketball, we got the FCS championship game. Noon Eastern on ESPN2. Montana State versus North Dakota State. I think it should be a pretty good game. Once again, FCS, they start off with 24 teams right around Thanksgiving. And within 2 to 3 weeks, they're down to the championship 2. So why the hell CFP, FBS, and all these networks are involved, and ADs, school presidents, why they can't pull their heads out of their asses. I mean, they're having a hard time figuring it out. Go talk to the guys at FCS, or like Mike Leach said, go down to the nearest softball field and go ask how they're doing their tournament. It's not that hard. I think one of the big reasons we don't have that is because money. I think that's what it is, but hey, I may be wrong, but who knows. All right, that's it. Got some basketball tomorrow. I think we got a few games tonight. Sunday, and then Monday, national championship game, Georgia, Alabama. It's we saw this game a month ago, so now I'm going to watch it just so I can keep up with it. But more than likely, I may have a basketball game on the TV and the national championship game on the iPad because, like I said, we saw this game a month ago. But being a college fan, I'll watch it because I'm a glutton for punishment. Anyway, hey man, we got a few hours left till the weekend is finally here. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Have fun. We'll see you back next time.